Alright, let's
Let's-
see. Come on. We gotta talk to Pimp Zavala. So, Josh, how did it feel to be a part of That Boys? You like it? You like
No,
it?
that
Yeah.
that boys is that boying.
Shut up!
That boying or that bullying?
Who's calling me? Oh, Cassie's calling me.
That boy. It's calling
What's
you.
up?
Because I feel like half the time we bully each other.
I mean, I can if you want to, I guess.
I think
You're
Chris is about to
literally
get
not answering
stolen.
my question.
Probably is.
Jesus Christ, woman. What, you want me to get you?
There goes Chris.
The fuck you mean, you guess?
Fucking. I guess is all it is.
You know what? That's why you can't even walk in a straight line.
What the fuck?
I'm so
Shit,
glad
at
I'm
least
not
I can
dating
walk in a
you.
straight line.
Good lord.
Did you just call me Hitler?
Yes.
Yeah! What do you mean, yeah?
This is like
Dang,
this.
didn't know I gassed the Jews. What the hell?
This is like in a sitcom and like their characters having a phone conversation. When you hear one part of it, it's just really dramatic.
I guess I'll
because you
come
have to
get
fill in the
you.
blanks.
It's like whenever Chris takes a shit, there's a meth that takes
Alright,
all
let me lie.
the fumes to another chamber, and that chamber is called the gas chamber.
What the fuck are y'all talking about me for again? Why? Because I thought my girlfriend called me Hitler?
Yes.
Yes.
Because all we heard was, "What the fuck you mean you don't know? Did you just call me Hitler? What do you mean, yes?" That was the sequence of events we heard.
You can't even walk in a straight line.
So are you leading us, Chris?
I guess. But it's fine, you got you got Big Daddy Pavel.
Chris.
Yeah, we're actually gonna get stuff done now.
You got called a Hitler because when you take a shit, all the fumes are
Fuck you.
pulled
I don't know that, Pavel, just fuck you.
to a gas chamber.
No. Alright, I'll hop off, I guess.
You going back on later or no?
Maybe, I don't know yet. If she wants to get taken home early, probably, but I don't know.
3 years after Suzanne's and he still held hope. The answer was that
Alright, y'all be good, I guess.
Alright, buddy. See you tomorrow.
Alright, y'all be good.
Bye.
Take it easy.
You're looking
years to
wonderful.
know Suzanne.
Get bigger.
Alright, Pavel, I can hang out until my dinner arrives.
Alright, that works for me. I do want to play a little bit of Cyberpunk today.
Yeah, sounds good. I need to generate orbs of light. Hey! Luke,
Does it have to be a
stop.
specific spot or no?
Hold on, my cat's about to knock over my Murphy bed.
Talking with someone about everything that's happened. It's really helped. I recommend
Suzanne disappeared on Mother's Day.
generating orbs of power defeating combatants earn points using solar damage. So no. As long as it's solar damage, I guess.
Would you mind going to either strikes to do that or go to the moon and doing the sorrow thing?
What do you want to do, man?
Being able to find the justice that she deserves.
Because I gotta go to Altars of Sorrow and open some chests there in the moon. Or I need to do Void, Gambit with Void damage. Or Vanguard Operations with Arc damage. So,
Yeah, I'm good to go to the moon. I'll let you, I'll make you fire team later.
okay. And you have to be the one to create the Orbs of Power, right?
Yes, I just have to use solar power basically though.
Okay.
Which I have it on.
So, you know, my You know, I think you've got her
Might
body
be
like
easiest to do like
a huge discovery in this case. Friends hope will
Vanguard Ops or
first of all, who did it? Obviously, the obvious answer that everybody
Because I
needs
need to
know.
use my bow because that's the only assault weapon.
would you prefer to go to Altars of Sorrow on the moon or just do strikes?
The genuine is her.
Altars of Sorrow would be fine. It's just like a overworld place, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be more level for that, I think.
Alright. Sorrow's Harbor.
It needs to be.
This is.
Our team reached out to
Right.
several members.
Where do you buy the ships from again?
We also don't know if investigators have spoken to her. Our team
Oh,
reached out to police attorneys,
tell me when you're ready, I
spoke with
guess.
her. All this information.
Where do you buy the ships from again, real quick?
Amanda Holiday. Or if you're going to the store, there is one available with Bright Dust, which, if you have enough, it might be worth it. Depending on what ship. But the ship rotates weekly, so if you don't like the Mads Macabre, you might want to wait till next week.
That was one of the first questions.
And it'll be a different one.
We have this piece, now it happens.
Hey, these look like crap. All right. Let's go. I'll get one later. I would feel like pimping my ride today.
It's been more than 3 years since Suzanne Wilkie was last seen. 3 years since the day law enforcement believed she was killed. Investigators say this is the final on the afternoon of May 9th, 2020. It's the last piece of evidence when she was alive. She said that the man in Michigan she was having an affair with. Suzanne was reported missing the following afternoon. The first deputies to arrive at the Morphew home found her body nearby in the woods off the road. We tried to call the hospital. Her husband Barry arrived home that evening after he says he was on a work trip in Broomfield. He immediately asks if an aunt. For months, state and federal investigators searched for
I
Suzanne.
just need to open some chests from Altars of Sorrow.
2020, the bike that was found near the road. On May 22nd of that year, the FBI searched through a construction site in Salida that Barry had been working on.
I believe house. And that's the old moon.
In September of 2020, Suzanne's brother Andy couldn't stand by and watch it alone. He organized a team of dozens of volunteers around the country to search for Suzanne. Each search turned up with few results. It wasn't until May 5th, 2021, nearly a year after Suzanne went missing, that Barry was arrested.
Then I wouldn't bring charges unless I was coming.
District Attorney Linda Stanley charged Barry with murder in the disappearance of his missing wife. She didn't reveal what evidence she had, promised the public it was enough to convince.
It's about all the individuals that knew her and loved her and cared about her.
After a year of preliminary hearings and pre-trial court appearances, prosecutors dropped the charges against Barry, saying they don't have a case without the testimony of the expert witnesses. The judge ruled it's trial. Barry Morphew's attorney got to speak while that both Barry and the trial had faith that their walk back to their lives. The defense team said the law enforcement did not notify the children the body of the family. It could be charged again.
If initial evidence points to third party, the prosecution's not really going to have any problem at all. Refiling the charges. The case was dismissed without prejudice. On the other hand, if someone else is implicated, all of the evidence that seemingly could be pointed at Barry Morpheus would be used by the defense. It all depends on who, if anyone, the district attorney charges in this homicide case.
The DA handling this case facing an investigation of the state council reviewing an allegation of misconduct against DA Stanley had her complained by Barry Morgan's lawyers. Back in April, his attorneys asked Colorado Supreme Court to offer the attorney reconciliation to investigate allegations of theft. misconduct in a previous case. Barry Morphew was also suing DA and lawfully stated federal investigators over his arrest.
Amazing in my iPhone 15 Pro. You mean this one? Titanic? It was Mother's Day 2020 in Chaffee County, Colorado. A beautiful part of the country with mountains, trees, nature, and beautiful homes, like the one owned by Barry and Suzanne Morphew. Suzanne's 2 teenage daughters were on a camping trip and had plans to spend time with their mom later in the day. Meanwhile, Suzanne's husband Barry was also away. He left early in the morning for a business trip just north of Denver in Broomfield. But those plans for that nighttime Mother's Day celebration for the Morphew family never happened. That's because Suzanne was reported missing by a neighbor after no one was able to contact her. The search for Suzanne was immediate but unsuccessful. Then, as the months went by, suspicion grew around Barry. He was arrested and charged with her murder, and more details were revealed. A mysterious tranquilizer part cap was found in the laundry. Barry was seen dumping trash bags all over Broomfield. And Suzanne's affair with an old friend was revealed. But then, just before his murder trial, prosecutors dropped the charges against Barry. And now the skeletal remains of Suzanne were found about 50 minutes south of Morphew's home. Barry's attorneys are now insisting that this is proof of his innocence. Tonight, we will look at the timeline and the evidence as we continue our investigation of the murder of Suzanne Morphew.
I'm Vinny Politan. Thank you for joining us tonight here on Closing Arguments as we take a look at a case that, if you look at it right now, seemingly remains unsolved. Prosecutors did charge the husband. Then they dropped the charges. There were some legal problems prosecutors ran into. But if nobody's charged, what exactly is going on here? So let's begin with this latest development. And in a case where you have a missing person and they find that missing person's remains, that's usually great. But it seems so far, because of the timing and the place and everything else, even though they've got more evidence, prosecutors may actually have more problems with their case now. Believe it or not, I think it's possible. And the defense has been very aggressive along these lines. First, you've got Barry Morphew saying, "Don't look at me." Why are you looking at me? You know where you found the remains. There's other people that are missing down there. That's what you should be trying to figure out. Who's responsible for all these missing people in this part of Colorado? Why are you looking at me? Investigate those other cases. You try to figure it out. You know, it wasn't me. I was in the other direction. She was found south of my house. I went northeast. You know where I was that day. You got me on video with trash bags. Don't look at me. Then you've got the fact that is true that when they found Suzanne Morphew, they were actually looking for someone else. So if investigators are in a certain place looking for someone else and they find Suzanne Morphew, well, could there be any connection between the other person they were looking for and who they actually found? You know, it's like, it's similar to what, not exactly the same, but it is similar to what happened in Gilgo Beach with the Long Island serial killer. They were looking for one woman and they found a whole bunch of other bodies. And they've tied those bodies together and we know what's happening in that case. And I think that's what the defense is saying, and why they're saying, well, wait a minute, you guys were looking for someone else. You're not looking for Barry Morphew in some sort of domestic violence situation, jealous rage, whatever. We're looking at a serial killer here. That's what they want everyone to believe. And I think
three of these.
We're still thinking, like, who did it? who did it. Like from my perspective, yes, there's evidence. It's just
Hold on, I'm only at 55% each.
circumstantial evidence is great. Sometimes it's better than direct evidence. Direct evidence is like eyewitness testimony, which we know is so unreliable.
Lucky you, I'm at 33.
You have 3 people that can witness.
So each shot of this bow is 1%.
But circumstantial evidence, good circumstantial evidence like DNA and things like that, can help prove the case very well. And that's what they're working with here. But where I'm sitting, until I see and hear the evidence inside a courtroom and cross-examine, I'm still wondering who did it here. I'm still wondering who did it. That's what I want to kind of take a look at here. So Matt Johnson, the Courts of Crime and Justice correspondent, takes a look at everything that has happened relative to the disappearance and the murder of Suzanne Malfield.
8:36 p.m. Sunday, May 10th, 2020. 53-year-old Barry Morphew arrives at the scene where his wife, Suzanne Morphew's bike and helmet were found. About a month after her house. It was Mother's Day. Her daughters were away on a camping trip, and Barry told police that he had spent the day working on a job north of Denver in Broomfield, Colorado. Just a couple of days from here, at around 5 p.m., a neighbor called 911 after checking Suzanne's house and telling Mary she couldn't contact her friend. Mary owned a landscaping business. Suzanne was a stay-at-home mother who was being treated for cancer. The couple lived in Maysville, Colorado, about 2.5 hours southwest of Denver. Suzanne's disappearance quickly became a missing persons case. Her mother helped organize and lead searches for her, with no success.
Unfortunately, every time the dogs hit on a scent, it seems to be close to his problems. What that might indicate is that scent was on his pocket and we already used it for that potential.
Barry didn't participate in those searches, but he did post a plea for Suzanne's return on YouTube.
Oh, Suzanne, if anyone is out there that can hear this or has you, please do whatever it takes to bring you back.
On May 5th, 2021, almost a year after she vanished, Suzanne's husband Barry was arrested and charged with her murder.
The investigation is still ongoing. Suzanne, her body has not been found, and we're still looking into that.
According to the arrest affidavit, the Morphew's marriage was falling apart. She was having an affair and believed that he was cheating too. A week before she disappeared, she texted him that she was done with him, and they had to resolve their situation civilly. They also had a history of fights over money, and he was pressuring Suzanne to loan him thousands of dollars. But in the spring of 2022, days before his scheduled trial, prosecutors dropped Barry's charges without prejudice. The judge had thrown out the potential testimony of several key witnesses because of alleged discovery violations. And without Suzanne's body, the prosecutor said they could not move forward with the trial.
Barry and his daughters are relieved, but they're sad because they too want to know where
Suzanne Wolfewitz. Mid-May 2023, a year after the charges were dismissed, Barry Morphew filed a $15 million suit against the investigators into his wife's disappearance and a district attorney in the case. He and his daughter sat down with Food Marine America to discuss the possibility of future charges.
Well, I was innocent the first time they arrested me, so I'm sure it's possible. But I didn't have anything to worry about. I've done nothing wrong.
More than 3 years after Suzanne Morphew went missing, investigators found her remains in a shallow grave. Police discovered her while investigating
Food's on the way.
a missing persons case. The site, a desert beautiful sagebrush near Lawton, a town 45 miles south of Suzanne and Barry's home in Maysville, not part of the original search locations. Barry Morphew's attorney said that he and his daughters were shocked by the news of her discovery, and point to the fact that there is no GPS. Cell phone evidence in the places Barry lost it. The week that Suzanne disappeared.
Got a lot to talk about, a lot to cover tonight. Great guest joining us, joining me from Denver, Colorado. Work reporter for the Denver Gazette. He knows everything about this case. Carol McKinley in Jacksonville, Alabama, forensic death investigator.
Через сколько будет готов? Хорошо. Are you done with your quest step?
Yeah, I'm done. Whatever.
Okay. And after we finish this set of altars, we'll
Yeah.
go to the next step.
Pull a sidearm out of my vault via my app in the middle of all that.
Hmm.
That bow was not getting done. One shot or one kill being 1% was a lot.
Yeah, the sunshot would be the best for that.
Purposeful conduct. I knew you were going to ask me this question, and I went through the various sequences you have to go through in order to get to an airplane mode. And yes, it's kind of a pull down. I'm an Android guy, so forgive me. It's kind of a pull down, and then you click on it. But it's something that you have to actively do. It's not necessarily something that you're just going to passively happen. And in court, you know, this can be powerful information in the hands of the digital investigator.
Listen.
Come on, you sword bearer. Yes, perfect.
How did you die?
I drove straight into the circle. Huh? I'm not sure. Yes, this blue. Yes.
After we last know she was alive, because we saw
It's
that.
chest. It's not even chest. Подожди.
Right, that she sent to her boyfriend.
How much longer are you gonna be on, do you know?
Probably after we do this and go back to the tower when we get off.
А, окей. Тогда я там буду, мам. Да, приду где-то через 15 минут.
I don't understand why you just stopped using your cell phone at 2 o'clock on Saturday. Never use it again, even though you allegedly went to bed, were sleeping, woke up, and went to this white room.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
No,
Because
no,
like,
no.
You know, she was murdered in that time frame. That's the
That's
first
bad.
thing that you have to figure out. Is it's
What is it?
One of the nightmares made it through.
Biggest thing is their movie star. And there's just so many odd facts in this case. Who has tranquilizer darts, you know, hanging around in their house. It's just a very puzzling case. And there's a lot of pieces to it. And it's just
I think we're having some trouble with Warren's signal right now, so we'll check on that. They said Joseph Scott Morgan, if I do this,
A stupid amount of damage on him. My super.
it's not going to be easy. What are your thoughts of the location of where the remains are found? And it's years later. I don't think you'll be able to get much information from these remains. To me, it almost complicates the case.
Yeah, it does, but you know, there's a lot that we can learn from this location. First off, and
That's 2 out of 3, but I'm not gonna bother doing a third one right now. Hey. Alright, back to the tower. You said?
You can obviously.
Yeah, sounds good, Pablo.
Alright.
You're gonna be back on later, or are you gonna get off after this?
I'm gonna hop off for now and eat, but I'm not sure if I'll be back on.
Okay.
I know
I'm
I'm
not really sure.
probably
It
gonna
depends on
be,
what book it is.
I'll probably be back to play Cyberpunk, but I don't know if I'm gonna be on Destiny.
Okay, that's fine.
Depends on who all is on. But if you want to hop back on Destiny later, you can.
Yeah.
Alright.
Sounds good. Alright, man.
Your return honors, Guardian.
Did you get some good loot from that?
Not really,
They are well encrypted even to themselves.
but I'm kind of used to getting jacked shit in those kinds of missions.
We went up a couple power levels there. It was actually really helpful. So.
I didn't get anything done like that, but I'm only 1 light level away from maxing, so that's also why. Like, I'm 3 items away from getting max light level. Almost 2. actually. The cloak, the chest piece, and potentially the heavy. But the heavy weapon I can max right now. I just only have one 9 or 1810 weapon. Alright. That is it for me. So.
Alright, buddy. We'll see you later on.
Yep. I'll talk to you later.
See you, buddy.
See ya.